like something needs to be said when it's like where you feel like you, well, I guess about like imposter syndrome, or like feeling like the position you're in or certain areas or rooms or people you can talk to is like seems fake. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like, even though it's not like I'm like working in the White House or in the CIA, even though I would never want to work in either of those places, but it's like sometimes where I'm like doing certain stuff or around a bunch of different people, it literally feels like it's like I feel like I'm cosplaying, like, you know, like I'm not actually supposed to be there. I'm just there like for fun or something, like, or faking it. Like, I don't know, like, or it's like I'm not really in the room, but I'm like in the room, if that makes sense. It don't make sense. But like, whereas like I'm a fly on the wall, that's what it feels like, but I'm like actually in it. Like, it's like certain stuff that I feel like I've been doing recently, as far as like when it comes to networking or the internship I'm doing, whereas like I have to, like, I'm responsible for the certain stuff, or I guess I'm trusted with to do certain stuff, and I'm like, it seems so fake. Like, it seems fake. Like like certain shit I do, as far as like that pertains to like school or like my future careers, like it seems fake, even though it's like very realistic. Like that like that's literally the point of me doing this, but it like also seems fake as hell. Like, I don't know. And it's like I'm trying to come with the terms of the fact of like this is literally how my life is probably gonna be for like years, for decades after this. Like, it's not gonna be the same way, but in the way of like how it operates. Like, obviously I'm probably gonna get used to it after a while, but I feel like now it just like I feel grown, but I still feel like a kid. Like, in a way is where it's like I feel like I've always felt older, but when I'm like actually like around other adults in like workspaces and like networking spaces, I feel like it does feel weird. Like, where it's like I'm not supposed to be here. Like, I feel like I'm in high school. I feel like but then I be doing stuff like similar stuff that they have to do, or like that they trust me with, and I'm like, I'm dead ass doing the same stuff you're doing, but it still feel like I'm not supposed to be here. Or I'm not supposed to be doing this. Like, or I'm not supposed to be trusted with this stuff, even though I don't know what. Like, I know I'm a good worker and I like can learn quick and like multitask, but like it's certain stuff where just I don't know. Especially I feel like because I'm going in the social work field is like my internship. I've only been doing it for like 2 months, like 2.5, whatever. Like, and it's like I've already kind of seen stuff or like had to, do stuff that's like really, even though what I'm doing is like not what I want to do. Like, I want to be more clinical, and I'm kind of more in like I'm not working at CPS, but like more of like finding placements and stuff like that. So it's like I don't want to work with children in that way. Like, I might want to work with kids as far as like mental, as far as like being therapist for them. But in the future, like, I might be open to doing that. But I'm not open to like foster care, CPS. Like, I don't want to do none of that stuff for real. Like, but I'm doing that stuff even though it's not something I want to do. And because I'm so unfamiliar with it, it's like the stuff that I've seen already or like heard, and even just how the dynamics work. I feel like in the office is like weird. Like, it's just like I feel like this is like an experiment that I'm a part of. Like, it doesn't seem like I'm actually supposed to be here. And maybe because I'm not technically, that's not my interest, like, or my main goal is to do that, so maybe that's why. But it's also just like the certain stuff that I have to do where I'm just like, I don't see how y'all do this every day. Like, I don't see how y'all do this. Like, I couldn't like hear certain stuff or see certain stuff about kids all the time. Like, if I want to work with kids, I want to work on like bettering them. I feel like this is kind of like getting them out of the way, like, just another case, like, because you have so many, like, so much caseload or so much stuff and so many families to work with, whereas like you're just trying to get them out. Whereas like me, I'm like, actually, if I'm going to work with kids, I actually want to help them, not like hear their stories and just kind of like put them with somebody so it can just hurry up and get off my plate, because I feel like that's what it feels like. Even though it's not that I don't think like the workers there care about the kids, but I feel like it's definitely like, I don't know, like the way it works, like the way they have to do stuff is just kind of like hurry up and getting them this, like, and then putting them somewhere. And it's not really getting to like a root of the problem of why they're even in. Because for some kids is based off their parents who might have been on drugs or whatever. But I feel like for other people, it's like the kids are there because of like behavioral stuff and whatever, where they're not in, like, where they're in care because of that. And it's like, it's not getting to the root problem, because no matter where you send them, they're literally not going, if it's no, like, even though they put like resources in play for the kids, but I don't know, like, but I feel like if the resources don't work, or if they don't do what they're supposed to do, which, you know, I know it's only so much you can do, but it's like if they don't do that, it's like they just put them somewhere else, and it's like a cycle until nobody wants them. So then it's just like no real solution to anything. It's just kind of like you're continuously trying to find placement, or like it doesn't feel like actually trying to help, I guess. I don't know. But it's only so much in your job description and in your department that you're supposed to do. So I just feel like this is why I like certain stuff now that I'm doing as far as that is like kind of like I'm not supposed to be here. Like, this feels fake. But even other stuff like networking events I've been at, it like kind of felt fake sometimes. I don't know, like the imposter syndrome be real, because I feel like I've done a decent amount of stuff like recently, for sure, like last 6 months for sure. Where it's like I've done stuff, it's just like the last year actually, like where I've done stuff that I'm like other people probably would never get the opportunity to do, or haven't done it, and I'm like I've did it or I'm doing it, and it's like kind of weird. Like even like the little organizations I'm in, like that I've done like an advocacy thing, which I'm going back to doing, like, but now I'm like different in it. Like I was like a cohort, but now it's like I guess it's like a little higher position for me, like a higher thing for me to like work with, because they asked me to. I was like the one of 3 people that they asked to come back and like help improve the program. And then I'm in the McNair thing, which is, you know, based on like to push you to go to graduate school, but like we get to go to like networking events and like meet different graduate like directors from other schools and whatever case may be. So, and then I've done like research for the Department of Historic Resources, which I feel like probably nobody else will ever be able to do that. Like that I meet anyway, like, and that's around me, they probably would never, nobody that I probably would ever meet would probably ever have that experience. And I'm still doing it. Like, hopefully they hire me after this, because I've been with them for like 7 months. Like, just hire me at this point, because I'm still an intern. But, and it's like only so much you can do as an intern, and like how many hours you can get, it like stops at a certain point because you're an intern. But I don't know, I just be doing like, I've done kind of some random stuff, but it's like kind of like cool stuff that I've done that other people probably would never get to experience or never even hear of, for real. So I'm like, but when I'm in these rooms and stuff, like, or with around certain people, it's like I did that, but it's like, or I'm in the same position or similar positions as these people, because I'm in the same room or doing the same tasks or whatever, and it like feels just crazy. Like, I don't know, that's just kind of been on my mind, where it's like, even though I've been thought that for a minute, especially like the start of my internship, I'm like being downtown and being around a bunch of people that work in like City Hall and General Assembly building and like the DSS building, where it's like it's not even that like serious, you know, like because you can be a security guard in there, you know, like it's not like, not saying securities don't do nothing, but I'm saying like you can work in those buildings and just do something kind of like that, like, but it's like me having access to certain stuff, like certain people information, like it's just kind of crazy. I don't know, it's weird. Like having a badge, even though it's like literally a badge, like, but I just be like, it's odd having to like go do home visits and be in people's houses and stuff. It's like weird, like I don't know, it's just weird, but it's like cool at the same time, because it feels like I'm cosplaying, like it feels like I'm like playing a character. But that's kind of how I look at it sometimes when I'm in it. But other times it's like, this is like making me hate this, like, already, you know. I don't know, like it's like like not making me hate it, but making me like, like, how do y'all do this for like this long, like this many years? And not just a job, because I know what I'm doing now isn't the exact job I want to do. Like, I feel like I'm just doing a bunch of stuff that, like, you know, to feel stuff out, but also I might be getting paid from it because I get paid from one of them, and then or I get opportunities for others, like, stuff, because I feel like each thing that I've done, I've, like, gotten opportunities to do different stuff because I've did it. So that's why, like, I've continued to do it. But other times I might actually be interested, like, of certain stuff. But, and that's why I continue to do it. But as far as, like, I feel like just being around other people is like, damn, like, this, I hope this is not me. Like, I don't know. Even though I know it's not exactly, I'm not doing exactly what I want to do compared to them, what they, this might be what they want to do for the rest of their life. I don't know. But me is like, I be like, damn, how do y'all do this? Like, be thinking like, this is like all over the place, low key. Because I'm talking about imposter syndrome, but then I'm talking about like how, like, yeah, I don't even know where this is going. But yeah, that's just kind of like the base of where my head's been at, where it's just, I feel fake. It feels like I'm like invisible, but I'm like in the room, like, basically, like, everywhere I go. And sometimes I do be feeling invisible because they don't be talking to me, like, and that's because I don't talk first, and I don't really care if they don't talk to me. It's like whatever. But sometimes I literally do feel invisible because I just be there. Like, if they're talking about their cases, like, stuff that I don't know about, like, because I'm still like, in there, but I'm not in there, like. And then, or if they just talking about personal stuff, it's like, sometimes in these spaces I do be like invisible, and I'm just kind of like there. It feels like I'm a fly on the wall. But even when I'm actually in it, it's like I feel like I'm a fly on the wall. Like, I'm not supposed to be there, but I'm like listening in. And like, we're doing certain stuff that other people don't know I'm doing. Like, even though they told me to do it, type stuff. But I don't know. I wonder how it's gonna feel. And like, and I feel like I wonder how it's gonna feel after I graduate. Like, it's coming fast because this semester's almost over. Like, I have like 1 full month, and then like probably like a week and a half. Like, but I have 1 full month until this shit is over. Fall semester's over. So I'm like, I wonder how spring semester, the end of that, and like me graduating, how that's gonna work. And if I'm gonna go to graduate school, like, which I'm trying to do, applications, just in case I do decide, because I was thinking about taking a semester or a year off, whatever. But I was like, also, maybe I should just go, because for MSW, I'm like, I can go to graduate school for some programs. Like, a lot of schools offer like 1 year to 2 year, or like 1.5 years, whatever, like, programs, which I can just hurry up and get it in that year, like, instead of waiting a year and then going back to school after taking a whole year off or whatever. So I'm like, I might take a semester off. Who knows? I might take a semester and then go back to school. Who kids is these? I'm guessing their parents not far, but yeah. So I don't know. I might, but then I'm like, at the same time, I don't know. I might just go straight in it so I can just hurry up and get it out, because I literally have programs where it's like a year and a half where I can get the degree and not have to, like, because my major isn't like something where it's like, oh, I have to be in graduate school for, because I'm not getting my PhD. So I might, but that's not the plan right now. I'm just getting the BSW and then my MSW, and then after that, see what I want to do. But yeah, so I might. So we'll see how stuff is, and like what, or how it feels. I'll say from November, December, January, February, March, April. So yeah, about like 6 to 8 months, how like stuff feels. But yeah.